Track weather wherever you go or where family and friends live around the country. Plan out your day with current conditions or get deep details with dew point, humidity, and barometer. TheStormReport.com also includes sunrise and sunset times, moon phases, and more.
You're a diabetic. You need supplies, but you don't want to visit the pharmacy. Call U.S. Med for home delivery of your supplies. If you have diabetes and you're worried about going to a crowded pharmacy, pick up the phone in the safety and comfort of your home and let U.S. Med deliver them to you with free shipping.
800-611-7121. 800-611-7121. That's 800-611-7121.
With more practical tips and useful advice, this is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report for Monday, July 6th, the 188th day of the year. Former President George W. Bush celebrates a birthday, and baseball's first All-Star game was played on this day in 1933. These are officially the dog days of summer, which occur between July 3rd and August 11th. But the name has...
Good morning, and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question to the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Let's do that. It is Coffee Ann on ON, AM, and FM at 8 o'clock in the morning on this Monday morning, July 6th, 2020. This is Joe Callahan. And good morning to you, Charlie Baldelli.
Good morning, Joe.
How are you?
I'm great. You look great today, Joe.
Thanks.
You look good in black, but you know what?
Good in
Romeo's in pink. But real men can wear pink. So
That's isn't that salmon?
It's a salmon.
It's salmon.
That's
So you don't call it pink, you call it salmon.
all right.
That's why we don't have to say it's pink.
You put lipstick on a pig, Charlie, it's still a pig.
It's still a pig. Good morning to you, Romeo.
Good morning.
All right, our first segment sponsor of the Coffee Ann program is Windermere Woods.
Windermere Woods, located at 1044 Menden Road in Woonsocket. Windermere Woods, 401-762-4226, and also on the web at windermerewoods.com. Live at Windermere Woods in a nice atmosphere that provides caring, security, and comfort. Once you move in, you'll want to stay at Windermere Woods for many years and be happy. It's a comfortable place to live and meet new people, enjoy regular meals, and get peace of mind. Windermere Woods is a small community with a nice, friendly atmosphere, and Windermere Woods is affordable. Windermere Woods offers such programs as housekeeping services, transportation to doctor's appointments, and to shopping. Windermere Woods is a very secure facility, 24/7 staffing. Someone's there day and night. They provide social entertainment activities and invite you to come by and visit. Windermere Woods, 1044 Menden Road, Woonsocket, 401-762-4226. Windermere Woods.
It is Coffee Ann. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240. You can email them into me at the new email address, coffee@woonsocketradio.com. All right, Charlie, did you have a good 4th of July holiday?
I had a staycation.
You had a staycation, yep.
Went to Charlie's Beach, backyard, in the pool, with all the accoutrements that you would need.
Right nearby.
Right there.
Yeah. And no one hassling you, right?
How was the traffic?
Traffic was
On Dewey
good.
Street?
Yeah.
It
All right.
wasn't much, Romeo.
Wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad at all. And with a good novel to read,
There you go.
know,
You had
and
a
a
good-
couple of popsicles, right?
All right. Sounds
If I was
good.
a beer drink, I'd say a couple of beers, but I don't drink, so no beers. But
Couple of pops.
you know, but
Couple of pops.
A good
Yeah,
novel by John Grisham, and
Yeah.
you know, a couple of popsicles and
Which one are you reading now?
the
Which-
Testament.
The Testament, yeah. Sure. I haven't read it yet. But,
It's kind of long, like 400 and some odd pages. Yeah.
well, you got time.
But
You're
I got
retired.
time. I haven't had a job in 29 years.
There you go.
So I got time. Just abiding my time till I go to Florida, Romeo.
There
like
you go. Of course.
How was your 4th of July, Romeo?
My 4th was very quiet. Basically the same thing as Charlie, except I don't have a pool in Uxbridge. I have one in Florida. Well, it's not mine, but it's a condo pool. I had a good day. Did nothing really, basically just relaxed and enjoyed the 4th. Hardly any. It didn't feel like the 4th this year for a lot of people, but you know what?
How about fireworks where you are?
There were no fireworks in Uxbridge, and there was some private ones that I
That's
heard
what
at
I
night,
mean,
but not
yeah.
too many compared to what some people went through. I understand in some neighborhoods it was nonstop, but not where I am. Luckily.
3 arrests over the weekend, according to the one. Sergeant Paul, people with fireworks.
I'm sure there were more than 3 people shooting illegal fireworks. Those are 3 that got caught.
Yeah, there you go.
They violated the 11th commandment, thou shalt not get caught.
Is that the 11th?
Yeah, it is.
Now I know.
There you go.
Speaking of getting caught, so my 4th of July, I did everything that the 2 governors, one in Mass and one in Rhode Island, told me not to do.
What did
I
you
went
do?
and did it anyway. I went to a barbecue. Went to a cookout.
Did you wear a mask?
Maintain a safe distance.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Absolutely not.
Did you
Did you
wear a
wear
mask?
your mask?
No.
Yeah. Did anyone see President Trump at
I saw Mount
Rushmore?
Rushmore. Yes.
Mount Rushmore?
No.
I saw the beginning,
Yeah.
and then it was like, boy, it's just going to take forever to get to him to speak. I'm like, all right, that's
It
enough
did.
of
It
this.
took a while. I saw the. I watched most of it. Fell asleep on the speech.
What
The speech was
channel
good.
was it? What channel was
I
it?
think it was mostly on Fox.
Okay.
Yeah. MSNBC,
CNN would
CNN a little.
cut in a little bit, but they didn't really cover it like Fox did.
You know what?
It was actually a good speech. I mean, I wasn't. I'm not a Trump fan, as you know, but I'm trying to be objective. He did a pretty good job. Whoever wrote that speech for him did a great job.
You know, he speaks for like 2 hours. I don't know,
I know.
how he can do that.
Well, in the old days, they used to do that,
Yeah.
before they even had microphones. Can you imagine that? Let's say 100 years ago, like a guy like Teddy Roosevelt would give a
off the back of the train.
No mics.
Yeah, just yell it.
They must have been exhausted by the end of
Absolutely.
the day. Yeah.
But he goes 2 hours on this speech.
Yeah, he tends to get carried away a little bit.
And contrary to you, Mr. Berthiaume, I'm a Trump supporter.
I know you are.
And all my friends are.
Okay.
So you never have to argue about politics. When your friends all believe the same thing as you do, you don't argue with your friends.
So I'm not a friend? Because all my friends are.
You're an acquaintance.
All right. Okay.
Although I've known you how many years? Oh my God, it's been a long time.
Yes.
The barbecue consisted, by the way, of 7 people.
7?
Oh.
7. My brother and his wife, and our mother, and then my wife and daughter and me.
Well, that's nice.
Is that 7?
Was it at your
6.
brother's house? Was it at your mom's house? Yeah.
No, is that,
Okay.
Is that my brother? Went all the way. I went all the way to Norwell, Massachusetts.
Norwell is
Where
where?
is that?
I don't know
It's
where
on,
that
the,
is.
it's on the South Shore. It's between Scituate and Duxbury. Does that help?
Yeah, kind of.
It's near Marshfield. Does that help?
Yeah, I know. That's where they have the fair.
That's
Marshfield
right.
Fair.
I know where Mansfield is.
How was the traffic?
Actually, no, it wasn't bad.
Okay.
The way I go to get there, I avoided most of the traffic. At least I thought I was going to avoid most of the traffic, and I did by going down 495, and then you cut over on 44.
Oh yeah.
All the way to Route 3, and then everybody on Route 3 is going south for the most
true.
part. So I was
Yeah.
going north,
Yeah.
and there was nobody. There was hardly anybody. So
So who was doing
Still
the
take-
grilling,
still
Joe?
takes an hour.
Who was doing the grilling?
my brother's house. My brother did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he did all the work.
Yeah.
You did all the grilling. You sat there and ate.
Yeah.
Frank.
He was the host.
Bad gig.
Brother was the host. He was the guest.
So explain this to me, because we have the thing with nursing homes and assisted livings in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And they're going to let you go in and visit now. Now my mother lives in an assisted living place in Lincoln, and if I go to visit her there, I would have to speak to her through a piece of glass.
Okay.
I'd have to stay outside. She'd have to stay inside. However, I can take her out, and
Really?
that's okay.
That's okay.
Doesn't seem to make sense, does
It
it?
makes no sense at all. And
true.
so we took her out. Actually, my brother came down and got her,
Yep.
Okay.
brought her back to his place. I brought her home, so we were in close contact
Split
for
that, yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
I think.
And how do you
that's
feel?
great.
How do you feel this morning, Joe?
I got a little tickle in the throat. No, I feel fine.
A little temperature.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Although when I dropped her off, they brought her in and they had to take her temperature.
Oh, really?
I go, it's going to be elevated. She's been in the sun all day.
Wow. Well, I can tell a quick story about temperatures. I had my annual physical last week, and they wouldn't let me in the office I stayed in the
Like
car.
the waiting room?
No, in the car. You know, it was a hot day. Answered all my questions. You know,
In the car?
wellness questions like, have you ever had any suicidal thoughts? How much fruit do you eat every day? Things like that. I don't know if they do that every year. Anyway, okay, you can come in now, but stay in the hallway. And the assistant was waiting for me with the thermometer thing.
Yeah.
That thing they put on your forehead.
Right.
And mine was 100 degrees. She said, you can't come in.
That's because it was in the car.
Are you serious?
She said, were you sitting in the car? I said, oh, well, you told me to. Yeah, I do it. I'm
Kind of hot in the car.
So anyway, just sit here for 5 minutes. We'll come back and do it again. So she comes back about 10 minutes later. It's 100.2. She says, well, she says, I have to talk to the doctor, and if it doesn't go down, you can't come in. You're going to have to reschedule your appointment. I says, I feel great. She says, well, I'm just telling you. I says, I don't trust those things. I really don't.
No.
Well, guess what? The doctor apparently told her, have him wait another 10 or 15 minutes, take it again, and if it's still up there, reschedule him.
What kind of a doctor have you got?
Well, he's a good guy. So anyway, long story short, she came out again, the third time, 98.6. Come on in.
Oh, okay.
I asked the doc, I said, what's going on with the thing? I says, I don't try. He said, well, you were sitting in the car, and it was just your forehead that was hot. The rest of your body was hot. I said, well, what good is that thing if they only test your forehead even anywhere else? They can't really tell if you have a temp, can they? And he said, he didn't say anything. He didn't know. But the point being that there's nothing like the old-fashioned, put it in your mouth and hold it for 2 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe. I said, I thought about that later, and I said, I've been to many places, as we all have, where they've done that. You probably have.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But you wonder how accurate it is. That they're only measuring the top of your the forehead.
And the heat escapes out of your head.
And he said exactly that. He says, you were sitting in the car for a while. That's why I said,
yeah.
I says, I wish you would have told me to put the AC on. I would have kept the car running. I would have been fine. But it got me a little nervous because I don't want to have to come back next week. And do I have I don't have a temperature. What's going on here? and my wife went in before me, but she wasn't in the car as long as I was, and she was completely fine. You know what I'm saying? Because I stayed in the car, let's say 20 minutes on a hot July day.
So you got what they call a false positive, Romeo.
I did.
On your temperature. How about that?
But that's
it's a false positive.
Yeah, that's a medical term.
Yes,
you're good.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway,
good.
That's my story about taking your temperature.
Well, I went for my annual physical. I didn't go through any of that.
How did you do? You look good.
I look great. I feel great.
Yeah.
All vital signs are perfect.
A friend once told me you look great, but a lot of people look good in their caskets. So I says, oh my God,
Wait a minute. I'm a long way from that.
You are.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question for Charlie. Back when you were mayor, this is kind of many pet peeves of mine. Here's another one, and it would have nothing to do when you were mayor, Charlie. As I'm driving down the highway, and this is Massachusetts and Rhode Island, the overgrowth of trees that block the signs
absolutely
drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Now, it's okay for us three, and mostly for the people listening, because you know where you're going. Right. But people from out of state, you can't read the signs. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. So
now, Charlie, when you were mayor, did you? Going around the city, did you reach out to the highway department? Oh, you really should chop back some of these trees on some of the city roads.
Yeah,
very rare.
Okay,
very rare.
Now, who does it for the state? Is that the DOT?
DOT
does it. Okay, who do you know with the DOT, Charlie?
Right now, nobody. At one time, everybody.
Yeah. They're all retired like you.
They're all retired like me.
I don't blame them.
Because one of the biggest tourist attractions up here, and they're open now, is Twin River Casino.
Right.
You can't see that sign on 295 going south until you're right on top of it.
Yeah.
And if you're from out of state looking for it, you're going to miss it.
Yeah.
Because the trees are covering it.
And it's bad enough in Rhode Island where, in my opinion, they have lack of signage at the right places. There aren't enough signs to direct people to different places. So it's bad enough, in my opinion, that is.
You know what I find disconcerting? In some towns, you can't even see the numbers on the houses.
That's true.
Like in Woonsocket.
When you're looking for something.
It has to be visible from the street. Yeah. House numbers have to be legible.
I like that law.
But
that
you know
rule.
what? I had went to a wake in... where was it? In Bristol. And my God, trying to find a place. There's no numbers on the houses. You can hardly see them. And I wonder sometimes 911 calls, so they have to go to a certain address, and they're looking for a number on a house, and they can't even see it.
I think they use the GPS system, and they get you right there. But still,
they're still
it's aggravating. It's aggravating.
I know it's tough around here because we don't have a lot of curbs, but I've seen it in California where they paint the number of the house on the curb.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, really?
That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. I'm like, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
So, and they paint it like all yellow, and then there's a space, and then they paint in black. Whatever the number is.
Black is
a
nice
house.
contrast to
like,
yellow.
Very visible. It
makes it jump out.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
But
a
some
great
of these
idea.
towns in Rhode Island, you can't even see house numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't even see the town. Welcome to Bristol. Oh, I thought I was in Warren. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Now you can tell Bristol's not a good example because you can tell you're in Bristol because they have that red, white, and blue line in the middle of the road for the parade, and they did that in Woonsocket when you were mayor for the
Centennial.
I remember that well. Diamond Hill Road.
We even had a float for crying out.
You did. I was in that float.
Yeah. Oh, were you?
Yes, I was.
And I marched with my tuxedo and
You
my red
did.
cummerbund.
I remember that was 18. That was 1987, 88? 88. Yeah,
88.
I was close.
88.
All right, we're going to take our first break here on the Coffee and program. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240 or email them to me at coffee@OneSocketRadio.com. The first segment sponsor of the Coffee and program has been Windermere Woods.
Windermere Woods, located at 1044 Menden Road in Woonsocket. Windermere Woods, 401-762-4226, and also on the web at windermerewoods.com. Live at Windermere Woods in a nice atmosphere that provides caring, security, and comfort. Once you move in, you'll want to stay at Windermere Woods for many years and be happy. It's a comfortable place to live and meet new people, enjoy regular meals, and get peace of mind. Windermere Woods is a small community with a nice, friendly atmosphere, and Windermere Woods is affordable. Windermere Woods offers such programs as housekeeping services, transportation to doctor's appointments, and to shopping. Windermere Woods is a very secure facility, 24/7 staffing. Someone's there day and night. They provide social entertainment activities and invite you to come by and visit. Windermere Woods, 1044 Menden Road, Woonsocket, 401-762-4226. Windermere Woods.
Who doesn't love a great barbecue outside? And now, outside dining is being offered at Gotta Smokehouse Barbecue under the big tent in the parking lot. Dining in the tent takes place Thursdays and Fridays from 3:30 to 9 and Saturdays and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. You do need to call Gotta Smokehouse Barbecue and make a reservation. So call 401-475-4BBQ. That's 475-4BBQ. The same great menu will be available, and rotating dessert trucks will also be on hand. More exciting food options are coming soon. Call 401-475-4BBQ for reservations under the tent at Gotta Smokehouse Barbecue in the Sierra Plaza, Menden Road, Cumberland.
I'm here with Kara Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency. Kara, what's the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is providing security to families and help protect what's important to them. My specialty is picking apart policy details so customers understand their coverages and options. It can be very overwhelming, and I am here to help with that.
You're in good hands with Allstate and Kara and Celeste Benjamin of the Benjamin Insurance Agency, 125 Eddie Dowling Highway, across from Dowling Village in North Smithfield, 765-5000.
Our business is truly a referral business, and we have built it based on our premier service level and commitment to what we do. If you are looking for personalized service with people who care, that would be us.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England. ON Radio. All right, Coffee and here on ON AM and FM on this Monday morning. It's July 6th. This is Joe Callahan with Romeo Berthium and Charlie Baldelli. Charlie, you haven't asked me my your typical Monday question.
Is baseball on or off this year, Mr. Callahan?
Right now it's still on.
It's still on.
But to me, it's up in the air.
Up in the air,
It's still a coin toss?
Well, to me, it is.
It is.
The Red Sox had their first couple of workouts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of them are
Fenway Park.
Some of them are concerned, though, from what I've heard.
Some of them have the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So
What are they doing down like the Marlins in Florida and in Texas, the Rangers? I mean, it's
California too. I don't know what they're going to do.
yeah, it's really
Why don't they just cancel the season? That's what they should
Because they
do.
don't want to cancel the season.
How do you feel about it, Joe?
They should have canceled the season.
There you go.
I agree with you.
But that's me. But
Although I like to watch baseball.
I know they don't want to, but
yeah, I like watching it too.
it's not going to be a lot of fun if they don't have an audience, you know? A
know.
live audience. I mean, they'll have a TV audience.
Is that for certain they're going to play without attendance?
No fans. No fans. Yeah.
No fans?
Yeah.
How good is that?
What the hell? That's not fun.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
You got to hear the roar of the crowd.
Well, you're not. All you're going to hear is the roar of the.
They'll have sound
the
effects.
players.
Sound effects.
A friend of mine took me to a private box for the Patriots game, right next to Kraft's box.
Oh, wow.
And it's beautiful. They wait on you, hand and foot, whatever you want, they bring it over to you. And then I found this very interesting. The game starts, they open the windows so you can hear the crowd.
Yeah.
Of course.
If the window is closed, you can't hear nothing.
Unless
So they open the windows so you can
Get
hear
that nice
the
breeze.
roar of the crowd.
That's the whole point of it.
Well, you see what some other teams are doing. I think that Seattle is doing this, and for money, I mean, you're gonna pay like $100, and then they'll take a picture of you and make a cardboard cutout of you, and they'll put you in one of the seats.
Really?
So you can watch you watching the game.
There you
I'm
go.
like,
Wow.
but it costs you $100 to do this. I'm like, why would I do that?
Some clever guy thought it up. It's a good marketing thing.
I guess some people will do it.
Of course. Are you crazy? Of
it's
course.
I wouldn't, but
It's called revenue.
I understand they're trying to raise revenue, and
It's not the
but I'm
money.
understanding. Would you do it, Romeo?
No.
Charlie, would you do it?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because
What?
I'm an egotist.
Oh, okay. Well, okay then.
I'm
Well,
an
you're,
egoist.
you want to see
Is that a
yourself.
word?
Yeah,
Is that
you're
a
right.
word?
You're an egotist. Yeah. Okay.
You actually,
Yeah, okay. Something like that.
Charlie, really?
You want to see yourself
Oh, yeah.
on TV
You would-
watching
You're not
baseball.
always humble, you know.
$100? Wow. I'm impressed.
Well, I guess you get more than one game, but
Well, I would hope so.
I would hope you get your likeness afterwards too. But
Well, that's
yeah, so,
interesting.
some teams are doing that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever watched that Korean baseball. They're putting cartoon characters.
I haven't seen it, but I heard that.
Where
I heard what you
SpongeBob
just
is
said.
watching the
Yeah,
game for you.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
So speaking of baseball,
Yes, sir.
Charlie, you might know this. This was written into us at coffee@OneSocketRadio.com. What Boston Red Sox player was known as the Golden Jet?
The Golden Jet.
He won the MVP in 1958. Retired from baseball at 31 because he was afraid to fly.
Jackie Jensen.
Okay. We'll see if they write back. I don't know the answer to this.
I'm giving you the answer. Jackie Jensen.
Okay, I believe you. Jackie
Okay.
Jensen sounds good. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's the right time frame, right?
Right.
Okay, it was Jackie Jensen. They wrote
Wow.
back. There you go, Charlie. You're right on top of
Charlie.
things.
Pretty good, huh?
I am impressed.
You should get a free cutout of yourself.
I got a free donut and
How about a free?
water.
How about a free coffee?
Yeah, put that-
I'll pour you.
coffee,
I'll pour you another one.
Put it at Fenway Park. So I don't know. It's still the games are supposed to start in about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens if they have to come out and say something. No word yet on what's going to be doing down at McCoy. They say they're going to send a taxi squad down there, but
Joe,
play
you-
scrimmage games. So, I don't know.
you're a I would say a pretty well knowledgeable person when it comes to sports, especially baseball.
Try to be.
Yeah, you are. Was there another year where there was no baseball recently in your lifetime? No
the
baseball
only
at
thing
all?
I can remember was in 1994 there was no World Series.
Okay. Why is it? Why was that?
The baseball players went on strike,
Okay.
and they started in like August, and they went, and finally Major League Baseball said, "Well, that's it. The
So that
season's
was
done."
so there was no World Series in '94. But
There
as
was
far
no
as
World
no
Series in
baseball at all, there was no other year that you could think of before they started.
Unless you go back to World War One. No, the
it
Red
would have
Sox
been-
won it in
it would have been-
1918.
It would have been in your lifetime.
Then no.
Okay, I think I had heard that there was a year where there was no baseball at all.
None at
But
all. Huh?
That's
Even
apparently
during the Second World War?
yeah. They kept playing.
No, they kept
during the
playing.
war.
Even though the big stars, DiMaggio and Williams, they went off to war.
Yeah.
The games went on.
Oh yes, they did. Yeah.
If Ted Williams never went to war as a pilot, Marine pilot, would he have surpassed Babe Ruth's 714?
Probably.
I don't know. He might have hit because he was the last player to hit over 400. he might have hit better than like around 410 or something like that, because he went during his prime.
Lots of what ifs.
What ifs, yeah.
In the world of baseball.
And what if Joe DiMaggio would he had a longer hitting streak?
They used
than
to
56
say
games.
Joe DiMaggio should be playing at Fenway Park and Ted Williams should be playing in Yankee Stadium because they had short fields.
Oh, yeah. That would have been great. By the way, the Jackie Jensen was known as the Golden Boy, not the Golden Jet.
The Golden Boy?
Yes.
Why was it? Any idea why?
So do I get a pat on the back for that one?
Yeah. Blonde hair?
You get a free coffee.
Get a free coffee.
Sure. Compliments of Dave Richards.
Maybe he had blonde hair.
Could be. I have to look into it.
I don't know.
Jackie Jensen. I'm going to ask I'm going to see my brother later today, and he's a big baseball guy. He's like Joe. He knows more about baseball than I know about presidents.
Well, you're the guy. You're the doctorate in history.
No
doctorate. You are very impressive. Hey, I saw you in action in your classrooms.
You just awarded me one. Thank you, Charlie.
Do you agree with this? I think I asked you this on Friday. Because it's been going around Facebook, Charlie, and I know you're not online, but
no, I'm not
okay.
Online.
History.
Yes.
History is not there for you to like or dislike. Do you agree with that statement, Romeo?
History is not there for you to like. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Because it's nothing you can do about it. The bell has already been rung. You can't unring that bell. Mm-hmm. You like that one too?
I like that.
That's a good cliche.
Yeah, it's true.
But it seems like now we want to we don't like that part of history. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, there were more protests over the weekend. I was listening on the way in. I guess they pulled down another Columbus statue. I think it was it in Baltimore? Baltimore. Then they had protests in Atlanta, Seattle. It's continuing. It seems, I thought it was dying down, but apparently not. It's still
I disagree with the
you do?
Army Chief of Staff. I would,
okay. Oh, yeah.
I would unleash the 82nd Airborne in these communities.
Yeah. Well, they took care of the Seattle problem.
Situation.
They should have done that.
It was about time.
They should have done that on day 2.
Yeah.
Never mind day 15.
Oh, it was 6 weeks later.
We've got a bunch of sissies running this government. Mayors and governors in many of these states.
Sound like Fox now. That's what they say. Yeah.
Well,
Not like Kennedy.
I also saw this over the weekend, Romeo, because they talked about the protesters that came out to Mount Rushmore that were trying to block I guess there's only one road in and out, and they did, but they eventually brought in the trailers and the backhoes to move the cars out of the way. The people that were protesting were either descendants or are Lakota Indians who believe that land is their land and Mount Rushmore shouldn't be there at all, and they want it back. Now, I was watching another news program, and they said, okay, we took it. Yes, the American government took this land from the Lakota Indians. However, the Lakota Indians took it from the Cheyenne Indians, who had it originally.
There you go.
Who took it from somebody else. And they said, this is what men do. Men meaning an umbrella.
Yeah.
It's conquest all the time. Go back 5,000 years ago. It's always who's conquesting who.
Haven't they ever heard the song "This Land Is Your Land"? I mean, come on. No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Joe.
They said that the Lakota's going to give it back to the Cheyenne. No, they'd keep it for themselves, right?
Hey, technically speaking, our own state here, Rhode Island, not Rhode Island and Providence Plantations anymore, although that's debatable. That has to be voted upon, right, by the legislature.
I hope it goes down.
Yeah, I do too. I think they should keep the name. But anyway, it was founded by Roger Williams, who had this thing about not stealing the land in Massachusetts Bay from the Indians, but to buy it. And I think that's what he did when he came to Rhode Island. He crossed the Seekonk River. He purchased it, so to speak. He had the right idea. So, not necessarily in dollars and cents. They didn't have those in those days, but in some sort of we'll give you this if you give us that thing.
A quid pro quo.
I like that term. Where'd you hear that before?
I don't know.
Okay.
From Joe Callahan.
All right.
He's the wordsmith over here.
Okay. No, but really, I think Joe is basically right, though. It's always been like that, and it always will be that way. Land will always be conquered by.
Look at the Roman Empire.
Yeah,
just as a huge example.
Go to Sicily.
Because they let the barbarians.
It's been conquered by everybody.
Okay.
Everybody conquered Sicily.
Well, that's because it's a small island.
The Italian language in Sicily is brutal.
Is it?
Oh, it's awful.
Is it not really Italian?
It's a combination of Moorish, Greek, Italian, you name it.
Really?
They were conquered by there are more Greek ruins in Sicily than there are in Greece. It's a true story.
Yeah. And that's why so many Greeks run pizzerias.
They stole our
Is that
cuisine.
why?
I don't know.
I say that all the time. The Greeks stole the Italian cuisine.
They probably
Every
did.
pizza place, pasta place is owned by a Greek.
Well, the Greeks were around
They
before
stole our cuisine.
They were around before the Romans.
Well, they decided, it seems like, they'll make the thin crust pizza. Italians like the real thick crust.
Well, I'm a thin crust guy.
Yeah.
I like
You must be Greek. Must be some Greek in
that.
you. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it must be.
We got a note that's been written in that says, "Not bad, Charlie. Not bad." On Jackie Jensen.
Okay.
Who's the only player to win the MVP in both leagues?
Frankie Robinson.
Frankie Robinson is correct.
He's good.
What teams did he win it with? How about that?
Baltimore.
Baltimore's one, yeah.
I forgot. I don't know the other one.
I don't.
Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, I'm not on
Red Stockings.
National League. I have very little knowledge.
Tough. Okay. Jackie Jensen did have blonde hair. He was from California.
That's probably why
High
the
school,
Golden State.
boy.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Okay.
There you
Hated
go.
to fly. Gave
Yeah,
up baseball
no.
because he.
So what did he take the train when he'd come for spring training every year?
Or drive.
Back in
the
the
60s.
60s. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Just drive down.
Sure.
But then, trying to get out to the West Coast, you can't take a train.
No.
You can't say, I'll meet you there in a couple of days.
No.
When you're all going to be there in 5 hours.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break on the Coffee and Program. Time for the forecast, which is being brought to you by Gas Buddy Fuel Better. Today, the sun will be coming out this afternoon. It's going to be warm today, high near 84. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low temperature around 62. Tuesday, mostly cloudy, high near 77. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, low of 66. Wednesday, we'll have a partly sunny day and a high near 86. And Thursday, partly sunny and a high near 90. Time to go to Charlie's Beach on Thursday. Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street with the clouds, we have 72 degrees. Hate paying too much for gas? Then you need Gas Buddy. Gas Buddy saves you money no matter where you fill up. Download the app or visit gasbuddy.com. Gas Buddy, fuel better. More Coffee Amps coming up. Stay tuned.
At Milford Federal Bank, we're not only bankers. We're neighbors. We're friends. We know your stories, and you know ours. We participate in the same local traditions, support the same causes, care about the same issues, and take pride in doing our part to make the community the best it can be. Milford Federal Bank, proud to be your neighbor, your friend, and your bank since 1887. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Call 877-DRIVE-ED.
Who's Ed? That's the number for Labonte's Auto School.
You can't wait to get your license. You want to get behind the wheel and drive. Let's roll. You want to be in control, but you gotta learn how to survive. Labonte's Auto School shows you how to learn the rules and keep your cool. Call 877-DRIVE-ED. Who's Ed?
That's Labonte's Auto School.
Having a positive attitude behind the wheel is essential to being a good, safe driver. That's their goal at Labonte's Auto School. Positive attitude, defensive driving, and avoiding distractions. Labonte's Auto School offers 1-week programs, summer classes, as well as Saturday and Sunday classes to accommodate your schedule. They also have classes for parents and adults. Award-winning Labonte's Auto School.
Call 877-DRIVE-ED. Who's Ed?
That's Labonte's Auto School.
And now, Labonte's Auto School is certified by both Rhode Island and Massachusetts to teach the driver's training course over the Internet. No need to wait. Call now.
Hi, I'm Paul Eno. Ghosts, poltergeists, UFOs, Bigfoot, and weird phenomena that don't even have names yet.
And I'm Ben Eno. Every Sunday from noon to 1 p.m. here on ON 1240, get a whole new look at the weird world we live in on Behind the Paranormal with Paul and Ben Eno.
Every week we bring you the world's greatest experts and most amazing experiencers, from PhDs to abductees.
And you'll see soon that explaining the paranormal isn't the problem, it's handling the explanations.
Be there.
This portion of the Coffee and program is sponsored by the Call newspaper.
The Call, Woonsocket's daily hometown newspaper since 1892, is still essentially a paper for the people. Our photographs record happenings that make news, and some will have historical significance in years to come, while others are intended to entertain or inform you of current events. They illustrate life's drama, which runs the gamut of humor to tragedy and everywhere in between. We're more than a reporter of daily news. Many readers continue to look to our paper for entertainment and relaxation offered by cartoons, comics, and other lighter features offered daily. In addition, we provide you with dates, times, and places of social event happenings throughout the community. Local sports covered daily by award-winning sports staff writers. If you're not subscribing to your local daily newspaper, you should. Call us today at 767-8522. Home delivery is just a phone call away at 767-8522. We take great pride in our publication and our sincere wish to serve you, our readers, at The Call.
All right, Coffee In on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us this morning. Joe Callahan here with Charlie Baldelli and Romeo Berthium. All right, well, if you're a student, if you're an in-state student, I should say, at the University of Rhode Island, and you planned on staying in the dorms down there, you're basically out of luck.
Why is that?
URI said we're giving all the dorm space because we have to cut down on the dorm space because of COVID-19. So we're going to give it all to the out-of-state students. And so if you're in-state, they just say, well, maybe you'll get some. You should really look into private housing.
I don't think that's right.
Or commute.
That's wrong.
Now, if you're up here in Woonsocket, that's quite a commute every day. It's 40 minutes at least to get there.
Off campus.
They have a lot of off campus. Yeah.
They should take care of the in-state
No, they're doing
students
exactly
first.
the opposite.
I mean, they're paying taxes. Parents are paying taxes in the state. This is your state.
It's your state
yeah,
college.
You're being a good host, but you're also, thumbing your nose at the natives.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
only
wrong.
wish you were running the state.
Oh, thank you.
It would be run well.
I'm glad I'm not.
Better than Gene.
I could not even imagine running for
the state.
office or even holding public offices in these tough times. It'd be awful. I take my hat off to people that do that, especially the mayors and the governors all over the country.
But that's what URI is doing.
Wow.
This
Wrong.
year. We're
Wrong.
just like, nope.
What do you think? You agree?
I'm going to ask my wife. She's a graduate of the URI School of Pharmacy.
Yes, she is.
She was.
So is my
was in
sister.
dorms.
So is my sister-in-law who worked with your wife,
okay.
Margie.
There'll be now 2,000 less spaces to live on campus.
Wow. Well, the people that own summer cottages are going to make out like bandits.
Absolutely.
They'll be able to rent their cottages year-round. In the school, during the school year, it'll be to the students, and then in the summer to the tourists.
It's big business.
Oh, yeah.
Summer rentals down in
especially now
South
with
County.
This will help that economy tremendously. Sure. But I just think it's wrong to do that because I think if you're a native Rhode Islander or you live in Rhode Island, you should have priority.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're looking at it completely opposite. No. If you're from Rhode Island, well, you have a place to stay. It's a small enough state. You can drive. But what about poor
you live in
Sally?
Cumberland or Woonsocket? What about travel 50 miles
what about
every
poor
day?
Sally from Texas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who doesn't have any relations here? What are we going to do with her?
Let Sally go to the University of Texas.
That makes sense, Romeo.
No, we want her money coming here.
Of course, and they get more money for the out-of-staters too. That's another thing.
Out-of-state tuition, absolutely.
You pay an out-of-state fee.
So this is funny because I had a friend of the family that had a cottage down on near Scarborough.
Okay.
And they rented it out every year, September to May, to URI students.
Sure.
But then they went down there and took it over from May and stayed down there at South County.
Yeah.
And they would always rent, usually to upperclassmen. They tried to find like juniors or seniors because they were more mature.
Yeah.
And so
they thought.
No, they were really right. Yeah. But the funniest part of the story is they would always rent to guys. Usually they could fit like four.
Okay.
Comfortably. So, 4 friends, 4 guy friends.
2 bedrooms, maybe 1 bathroom.
Yeah. And they said, and every year they rented to guys.
Yeah.
And it'd be a different set of guys each time.
Of course.
They'd get it back in May, and the place would be spotless.
Yeah.
Really?
I know what you're going to say.
One year, they rented to 4 females, and the place was a wreck.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, they said, we will never rent to females again.
I tend to agree with you.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep, I tend to agree with you.
Now, you can't come out and actually publish
and
that.
I'm not putting
because-
women down in general, but I have not personal experience. My brother had a cottage down in Matunic, and he did something
same
similar, and he agreed. He says,
You don't rent to the females.
no. Well, you're going to get a lot of feedback on that one. from
I'm
women.
saying that's what they did. I'm not saying.
No, I understand.
I don't have a house
how
to
people
rent.
are. They're
so-
going to say you're being what's the word? Chauvinistic.
No, I'm stating a fact. This is what they did.
He's misogynist.
Yes, I like that word. Yeah,
Fancy word,
That's
a good one.
I never
But
heard
it
that
is.
word.
That would be a good word to
Misogynist.
describe this.
But that's what they said.
But
You know,
not- Joe's not a misogynist.
after that 1 year renting to the 4 females, they said we'll never. This is a married couple. We'll never rent to females again.
And a lot of people who own these cottages are hesitant to rent to students in general because students tend to party and
So they could
trash
break
and
something.
that's a chance you take. But as a rule, I think this new thing going on at URI this year is going to help them tremendously because they're going to be looking for housing, and they're not going to travel 100 miles round trip to go to school. That's for sure.
No,
doesn't make sense.
They had a big announcement that came out of the UMass Dartmouth end of last week where they cut like 8 sports.
Ouch.
Yeah, yes, especially if you're going to that school on a scholarship for that sport.
Wow.
That's right.
So what happens to the scholarship?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It disappears.
Does it go away?
I don't think it should. It's not their fault. The kids are willing to play, and it's not their decision not to play. So,
Is it too late to transfer to another school?
That's what I think
It's
they would
July.
do. Yeah, okay, yeah.
might be.
And let's say I'm going to use this as an example because it's one of the sports. It was tennis. The men's and women's tennis teams were cut. Is it too late now if you're on that team to go to another school and get on their tennis team?
I think it is. I would say.
Well, at this point, and from what I've
this
read,
year,
I've read a few things over the year. They never saw this coming. It was a complete shock.
Well, if you're a student who got a sports scholarship and then the school that gave you the scholarship decides not to play that sport because of, let's say, COVID-19 or whatever reason, I don't think it's the student's fault. They should honor the scholarship if the student chooses to stay there.
But the person also wants to
play. They want to play
the
of
sport.
Course, of course,
that's
they
why
do.
they're going on to college to do that.
This whole thing has destroyed so many plans for so many people, especially the high school seniors who were stars on their various athletic teams.
Yeah.
They never had a chance to play, and it's so sad. It's really, really not only that. That's just one aspect of it. The graduations. My granddaughter graduated from high school. She didn't graduate yet. They're having something in mid-July. But
She hasn't received her diploma yet?
Got her diploma, but
Oh,
they're going to
okay.
have a ceremony, and it's only going to be for local. This is at King Philip Regional in Rentham. I guess that's where that is.
It is.
In any event, she's going to Roger Williams in the fall, but they're starting early. They're starting in mid-August, so they can end the semester in November after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And they won't go back till maybe late January. And then I think they're doing it for a number of reasons, but I think COVID-19 is the basic reason
They have
they're
a
doing
great
it.
law school.
They do, and that would be a graduate thing. But the point is, some colleges may not even open in September. I don't know.
My son, as a counselor, an admissions counselor for a school in Maine, that's the number one question he's getting from prospective students. Are you going to open?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What are you doing in terms of what are you doing in terms of COVID-19? All these questions are coming from the parents. The kids don't care.
Well,
and they're just like, are you going to open? And well, this school's doing this. Are you going to do like that? Roger Williams is going to stard in early August, so they can be done by right after Thanksgiving. Are you changing your time?
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of times he's going to say no, because that's not what our school is doing.
Okay.
What are the job prospects, Romeo, for recent college graduates?
That's a good question. It depends. I know the unemployment rate has dropped to 11%, according to national statistics, and that dropped pretty quick, pretty fast. I don't know. I'm not sure. Do you know?
I don't know the statistics, no.
It seems it's rather a difficult market out there right now.
I would think, not a good time to be looking for for a first job if you're a college grad.
Especially if you have a liberal arts degree.
Oh my God!
It. You're just wasting a lot of money for 4 years.
Yeah. Well, yes and no, because I think a lot of the employers look for. Did you finish your program?
We don't care what it's in.
No, it's true. The degree, I don't care what it's in, will give you the key. You just have to find the right door to unlock. I think it's safe to say that most. I mean, they've done research, and 10 years after a student has graduated from college, at least 60% of them are working in a field that they didn't major in. You know what I'm saying?
They majored in.
Yeah, they didn't except for teaching and nursing and let's say law and medicine. If they went to school specifically for that, chances are they're working in that field. But a lot of them with liberal arts degrees are doing something, working in a computer world, or working in sales, or working for Big Farm, making a lot of money. No, really.
Yeah.
I think the college degree, no matter what it's in the long run, is very important. Right. It's a known fact that the average college graduate makes in a lifetime $1 million more than a high school graduate.
But if a company's looking for, let's say, an accountant, they want someone that's got an accountant degree, or at least a business degree of some sort.
Yeah, that's a specific field.
Yeah.
But you're right. What happens to the liberal arts majors, they decide to go back to school and get a degree like an MBA or something. They go to grad school. And, like you were saying about Roger Williams, that's a law school. Yeah. They have a good law school, but that's a graduate school.
I think the toughest job is being a counselor in a high school.
Yeah.
Determining what direction that student's going to go.
And a lot of students didn't get that, that contact this year because of COVID-19. The schools closed in March, and usually from March to June is when the kids go and seek advice. And what do I do next year? And what do you think I should? A lot of them already have their plans made, but things change really quick.
Then they're kicking around the idea in Massachusetts. Massachusetts has the MCAS. Testing, standardized testing for students in Massachusetts, and it's you have to pass it in order to graduate.
You do,
but they're thinking of actually cutting that for the next 4 years, which really makes my daughter very happy. Because she's right in there in the middle of that.
I'm sure she would.
She's like, no more of those. Excellent.
I'm sure she would do well.
But I don't. Just cutting it out as a graduation requirement kind of thing.
I think they should cut it out forever. I really think those standardized tests are.
This teaching for the test thing is just
not good.
Not good.
What good is that? It's like medical tests. You go out of your way to fast for 2 weeks if you're a diabetic, so that when you go for the test, you're doing all right. Then you go back to your old ways. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
All right, we're going to take a break on the Coffee In program, and this segment of Coffee In has been brought to you by The Call newspaper.
The Call is proud to announce a new and improved daily classified advertising program for our newspaper readers, subscribers, and advertisers. Blackstone Valley Values is a more affordable local buying and selling marketplace every day of the week. Lost and found, apartment rentals, items for sale, homes for sale or rent, and even job listings will now be even more within your reach. As always, if you have something you want to sell, call us today with your ad, and it'll appear in the next day's call. Be sure to contact us, though, before the 3 p.m. deadline. Furthermore, if you're a subscriber to The Call, you'll benefit from value member discounts and possibly some free advertisements with this new program offer. The Call continues to be dedicated to you, as we have been for over 120 years. Call us today and learn more about our new classified program at 767-8503. To subscribe to The Call and become a valued member, call today, 767-8522.
Riverfront Patio Dining awaits you at River Falls Restaurant. Enjoy your lunch or dinner as you overlook the Blackstone River. Here are some of the wonderful items on the menu: steak and peppers pizza, baked stuffed haddock, and choice filet mignon. Make your River Falls Restaurant reservations today by calling 401-235-9026. 235-9026, or go online to riverfallscomplex.com. You'll love the Riverfront Patio Dining at River Falls Restaurant, Market Square, Woonsocket.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
All right, that's right. This is Coffee Ann here on ON Radio. Joe Callahan here with Romeo Berthium and Charlie Baldelli. We're just talking about Carl Reiner passing away. Hugh Downs passed away over the weekend. Both in their late 90s.
A couple of giants.
Yeah.
And both of them were in the entertainment field, so to speak.
So, by the way, that's two. So, who's going to be the third?
It comes in three.
I was in the entertainment field called politics.
Right, look out, Charlie.
That's a form. No, I want to go to your 100th birthday party, Charlie. I want to be invited.
Where's it going to be?
13 years from now,
I can do that.
I'll be about where you are now.
So,
and Joe will be ready to retire.
The Washington Redskins
are
thinking of changing their name. The Cleveland Indians are thinking of changing their names.
I'm
actually surprised the Redskins haven't changed their name 10 years ago.
That came up a while ago.
It keeps coming up.
Eventually they'll do it.
For a while, it was the owner of the Redskins. For years, just was steadfast in saying, "I'm never changing the name of the team."
Yeah.
So get used to it and
never
get
say
over
never.
it.
Never say
and
never.
now he's like, "Well, you know
why? Because of corporate sponsors.
Yeah,
that could be it. It could be money.
We're going to withhold money.
That's right. We're not sending money to the stadium you own and the
money
team
rules.
you own.
Doesn't money rule?
Of course it does.
I've got a good name for them if they ever change it. The Washington Supremes, Supreme Court, right? Supreme.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty good.
They got the Capitals, they got the Nationals, and
they got the Senators.
Yeah, there you go. They had the Senators.
Yeah,
the Washington Supremes, and then they could say we're the supreme team in football.
Clever. I like that.
Once in a while, Romeo's right on the.
Once in a while.
Okay, what do you change Cleveland to, though?
Cleveland? I got to think about that one. Cleveland Indians. The Cleveland Natives?
It rocks.
Cleveland Americans?
That's right, Cleveland rocks.
Cleveland rocks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good one.
So I got Romeo's opinion on this last Friday, Charlie. So, at week 1 of the NFL games this year, they're going to play the Black National Anthem. Did you even know there was one?
No.
There is one.
There is one.
It's a song called Lift Every Voice and Sing. And they're going to play that before they play
the real one.
The real national anthem.
Yeah.
Only a week so far, it's only week 1.
So they want to satisfy part of their constituency.
Well, why aren't they doing it for the entire year then?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
And I don't care.
I don't.
Let me ask you, Charlie. How do you feel about that, though? The two national anthems being played.
I think if I was an owner of a team and you knelt down and you wouldn't stand for the national, you wouldn't be playing for me.
Okay.
All right. Well, some people feel that way, but you watch, and I'm going to have to remember to watch when they play when they play the quote unquote black national anthem. I bet everyone stands.
Absolutely.
And then when they play the Star Spangled Banner, they'll kneel.
Yeah.
Well, some will, not everybody.
Of course. I agree with that. What if they knelt? What if they knelt during the black national anthem? What would happen then?
I think you'd get beat up.
You better stand.
There's someone taking names.
You better stand.
Who knelt during that song?
Yeah. There might be a couple.
I don't
care.
But I don't think so.
I also saw over the weekend, concerning this. Do you remember Herschel Walker?
Of course.
Former pro football player.
Right.
He came out and said, a black national anthem. Is there anything more racist than saying there's a black national anthem?
No.
He's black, by the way.
Yeah.
in case you forgot.
Yeah.
He thought it was just the most ridiculous thing ever.
Well, racism works both ways. You know what I mean?
It's supposed to.
Of course it does.
Some people don't believe that.
A lot of African Americans are racist. A lot of Hispanics are racist.
They'll actually tell you, I can't be racist because I'm black.
You never do away with racism.
You're absolutely
always
right. You're absolutely right.
Always.
You cannot erase it.
It's been like that
at all.
Yeah.
You can do all the demonstrations you want. It's not
You can
going
pull
to
down
happen.
you can pull down every statue.
That's right.
I said that about a month ago.
You did.
And
you were prophetic.
Thank you.
You are a
thank you.
Not pathetic.
Because
prophetic.
you see people out there.
Yeah.
We're going to eradicate racism.
No.
And I'm thinking, no, you're not. You will never.
No.
You will never get. You can't get 10 people to agree the sky is blue.
No.
How are you going to do this?
You're just covering it up like lipstick on a pig, but it's there underneath. It's there. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. There's always some people that are going to hate other people for whatever reason.
Right.
And you're never going to stop it. Never.
Right.
It may get less and less and less, and that would be nice. And maybe it'd be down to like 0.5% of the population, but it'll never be zero.
You're right.
Absolutely right.
No debate from me on that one. And you too, Charlie.
You got 3 yeses.
3 yeses.
All in favor.
They got 3 yeses.
No, I agree.
All right.
He's right. Human nature.
It is human nature, and
you can't change it.
It's just the way it is. And I look at it from the time I was young, and I'm going back to like 4 or 5. So this is early 1970s. And so, and you guys, but you guys go back even farther. But I've heard from them, and all sorts of people saying this, we're going to have peace in the Middle East. I've heard that for almost 50 years now. No, we're not. It's taken 50 years. We don't have it.
When you were growing up, I'm sure you heard, by the time I get to be 65, Social Security will be dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I heard that 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's alive and well, and it will always be here. That's a sacred cow. You'll never touch that.
They'll
never touch it. No.
You'll never go away.
Same thing. People will keep saying that, and it's not going to happen. It's always going to be there. Things, you hear this, this continues forever. And there are a lot of other things.
I go back a long way, too.
You do, Charlie?
Oh my God.
How far back do you go? But, okay, how long have you heard, Charlie, that we're going to have peace in the Middle East?
Oh, yeah, that's a good example, yeah.
When I first understood what it meant, I didn't know what it meant.
That's a good answer. When Israel was declared an independent country, was it 1947, 48, somewhere around that time?
And it's been a problem ever since.
And that's 75 years ago.
Yeah.
Ain't going to change.
Because the Palestinians we're never going to get along with the Israelis.
That's kind of a racial thing. It's
a racial, religious thing.
Of course it is, yeah.
You're right.
There's bigotry, there's prejudice, racism, call it what you want. It's all the same.
Every society.
Every society.
Every society.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I saw, you didn't see this because you're not online, Charlie, but I saw a joke that just said, all right, I'm off to Egypt to knock down the pyramids. They were built by slaves 5,000 years ago,
Yeah, right.
So they got to go.
5,000 years ago.
Yeah, they got to go.
True. Yeah.
Good. Send them all over there. You ever see the demonstrators? They're all young kids.
Yeah.
Well, you got to have that energy to do that. Older guys like us, we don't have that kind of energy. I get tired just watching them. Don't you?
You know what? That's going to help Trump. This radical left is going to sway people.
I'll tell you what. I've mentioned this on the program before. I don't like Donald Trump, but this whole movement has turned me a little bit to the right. I consider myself a moderate.
Good.
And instead of going to the left, I'm going more to the right.
I'm to the right of Genghis Khan.
Well, no, I don't go that far, but I always took pride in the fact that I was in the middle. Not because I didn't want to take a position, but I like to be open-minded. I like to think of both sides. But I'm really starting to shift a little to the right because of what's happening in this country.
Of course.
So you're probably right. That might help. I don't know if it's going to help Trump. It'll help the Republicans.
It is.
But the Republicans I think they're in trouble, Charlie. I think you have to admit that. And some of them are going to have to make decisions very soon. I'm talking about the senators and the congressmen that are running for re-election. If they don't start distancing themselves from Trump, and I know Trump's one of your guys, they could be hurt. And that could hurt. I just have a feeling, if the election were held today, I don't know if you want to admit this, but I think Trump would lose today. I do. Because people are tired of all this division and all that. Okay?
Big question for you.
Yes, sir.
Washington, D.C.
Yes, sir.
51st state.
Yeah, that could happen. It would become New Columbia. What they would do is they would make the district smaller. They would still have a District of Columbia, but the area around it would become a new state.
I think the Democrats would love that because they'd have 2 Democratic senators.
90% of the people there vote Democrat. There's no doubt about it. But you know what? In a disputed election, let's say, for example, each state has one vote. Let's say the Electoral College cannot elect a president. Then it goes to the disputed election calls for each state has one vote. And it takes 26 of the 50 states, a majority, to elect a president. The District of Columbia has over 1 million people, and they don't vote in a disputed election because they're not a state. So there's something
I can see why Reed and our other White House support it because they said, look, if it become a state,
it becomes a Democratic.
Absolutely. 2 more Democratic senators.
So it's safe to say the Republicans would fight that.
Oh, absolutely.
And if Puerto Rico becomes a state, I suspect that would become a Democratic state as well. Yeah. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
And one more Democratic congressperson.
That's right.
Yeah.
They probably only get one because of the population.
We may end up with only one congressman.
That's right.
As a result of
I see that happening.
We could end up with one, only one. Is that what you're saying? Rhode Island?
Yeah,
sure.
We did have a note that was written in just about racism. Who's to blame? The USA. We invite it because we allow so many foreigners to become citizens. Conflict is automatic. Japan, China, only one nationality, their own, so no racism there. That's not completely true.
I don't agree with that.
Japan and Korea don't really like each other. That goes back to World War II times.
And the implication is that there are no Chinese living in China and no Japanese living in Japan. That's not true. I mean, think about it. There are a lot of people that migrate to these
I can't
countries.
answer that. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't either. But I suspect there are people from other countries living in these countries.
There are.
Not as many as the U.S. The U.S. is a great melting pot. That's right.
All right. Before we go, we want to mention this to you. People all over the world may be celebrating today a little differently thanks to social distancing. Today is International Kissing Day.
Oh,
don't look at me like that, Joe.
This holiday was created in 2006 to celebrate the way people can show affection. DaysOfTheYear.com says 5% of people older than 45, that's us, kiss at least 31 times a week. And now I got to start. Now I got to count.
Now the question is, I don't want to sound graphic, but are we talking kissing on a cheek?
It does not. It does not say.
What are you talking about?
No hugging.
Well, Italians are noted for hugging, kissing,
They're very affectionate people.
One quick story.
Okay.
Don't forget to kiss me on the way out,
I went to see Rocco play in Baltimore.
Yeah.
So I'm down there by the stands, and Rocco's coming in from the outfield, and we have a tendency in my family to hug,
of course,
and kiss on the cheeks.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And he did that with me, and he went to the dugout. Then I got a call the next day that fans and players said, "We knew you were gay. We saw you kissing some old man in the stands." We saw you kissing an old man in the stands.
No, that couldn't have been you, Charlie.
That was you. You're famous, Charlie.
Oh, I'm famous.
Windermere Woods, located at 1044 Menden Road.
This is being well known for something terrible, like for example, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. That was a day of infamy. They did something that is well known, but
you are so erudite. You know that?
Oh,
erudite.
I like
another great word. Wow.
See, misogynist, erudite. Give me another word before we leave. I'm impressed. You keep reading.
But you're not misogynistic.
No, I'm not. Charlie, keep reading. You're getting. I'm looking forward to some more words next Monday.
He's reading a dictionary out by the pool.
I think so.
By the beach.
I think he carries a dictionary right next to the book in case he sees a word.
That's
a good idea.
What does that mean?
I said that this morning. Let me spring this one on Romeo.
Good one.
Good job.
All right, we've come to the end of the program. We thank you for listening in, everyone. Charlie Baldelli, thanks for coming in today.
Always a pleasure, Joe. Spending time with you and Romeo is one of the highlights of my week.
Start your week off right. Wow. All right, Romeo, thanks for coming in.
Tough act to follow what Charlie just said, but I tend to agree with him. Always a pleasure being here.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Stay tuned for